The Senate has failed now to advance a bill to protect access to contraception, and Majority Leader Chuck Schumer announced they will vote on IVF protections next week in the Senate. But on Capitol Hill today, it was a rapper who got a lot of attention. CBS News congressional correspondent Nikole Killion joins us. Nikole, you got a chance to catch up with 50 Cent. What did 50 have to say?
Well, 50 or 50, depending on how you refer to him. I mean, look, he was up here for a specific reason. He was accompanied by civil rights attorney Ben Crump, and he really wanted to advocate for generational wealth when it comes to African Americans in particular. He has a number of companies, including one that involves spirits, and so he wants to see an increase in minority representation. You know, he felt that he didn't get a fair shake when he first started his business and wants to expand opportunities again for people of color. So that was the nature of his visit. But in that context, I did ask him about the election because the Biden administration has done a lot of work in this space. But at the same time, 50 Cent has made comments in the past, including back in 2020, where he suggested that people vote for then President Trump, although he later walked those comments back. So I asked him what he's thinking about the upcoming election. Take a listen. I mean, we're heading into another election, so have you made a decision about who you're going to support?
I'm not sure how to answer that question, to be honest with you.
Have you made a decision?
I haven't.
What do you see as the significance of African American men in this election for both of you?
I see them identifying with Trump.
Why do you say that?
Because they got RICO charges.
And I don't know if he was referencing the case down in Georgia, where we, of course, know that former President Trump has been charged and is facing RICO charges in that state. But that aside, you know, what is significant about his comments is that, again, back in 2020, his then support briefly of former President Trump got a lot of attention. And being a major figure like that, you know, that can be influential when it comes to the African American vote. And so similarly, we know both campaigns are really trying to advocate for the black vote. We have seen the president's support slip among African American voters. The issue even garnering a lot of attention here on Capitol Hill in a separate issue with leader Hakeem Jeffries and Byron Donalds kind of now in an internal beef because Byron Donalds made some comments at a campaign event just yesterday suggesting that African Americans were better under Jim Crow, to which Hakeem Jeffries replied on the House floor today that is an outlandish statement and ignorant. So that being said, you know, this is all about both sides really trying to advocate and make their case to African American voters. But as you can see, there are a number of different perspectives around this, not only from lawmakers, but also from celebrities as well.
Quite a time to be a Capitol Hill correspondent, Nikole. Thank you.